Hello, welcome. This video is mostly Superman, but I'm adding some Wonder Woman items as well, hence her name is in the title. So I'm going to start with some books. I know books aren't always the most fun thing to look at, but I think this is a nice little set. It's from Random House. This is a cardboard box that holds 4 little books. It cost $4.95, and it is from 1980. So what you have is 4 different books. I'll just pull them all out. It's basically the story of Superman, how Superman came to Earth, the adventures of Super Baby when Superman was Superboy, and Superman in Metropolis. So they're very nice looking books. They're not too long. Of course, they're aimed at children, so it's not too complicated. A lot of artwork, 1 or 2 sentences usually on each page. And most people are familiar with the basic story of Superman coming to Earth, being raised by the Kents. Just really a nice set of books. They're all quite similar to one another, just him growing up. These are all in really good shape too. They've held up well. Helps to have a little box to keep them in. This box is in decent shape too, maybe a little worn. And I'm going to go to one more book. This book's fun though. This is the Superman Mixer Match storybook. And you can see I have the original price tag on it. It's kind of an odd price, $246. But it says down here it was actually intended to be $295. Just discounted at Keldor. And it has more than 200,000 combinations. And what it is you have 6 panels that you can flip it, mix and match, like the book says, mix or match. So what you start with is a villain, and then a vehicle type item, and then something that they're attacking with, a location, an action, and then Superman doing something. So this one is what, 1 complete page. They each have one that is meant to go together, and then you can mix and match. So this was Toyman was bouncing along on a jet-powered pogo stick with a giant doll equipped with a stolen nuclear warhead aimed at the Metropolis arsenal when suddenly a wall crashed open and Superman blew the deadly device into outer space. But you could flip just wherever, there's villains all over. You can just get all kinds of oddity things. Like, they don't all make sense, but so this is just random 6 different panels. Brainiac was gliding in a rocket-powered submarine. So yeah, he's probably not going to be gliding in the air of the submarine, but could he be a flying submarine, I guess, with a gigantic crystal ball to dump in the Metropolis water reservoir. Is he going to put the crystal ball in the reservoir when suddenly a rain cloud parted and Superman smashed it with a super punch. So, yeah, they don't all make sense. They're silly. I think that's fun though. Certainly fun for kids. I guess it was Lex Luthor that was meant to be on that submarine. We do have Bizarro in here as well. Gorilla called Titano. I'm not familiar with all these guys. Like Terra Man. I don't know who that is. I'll just kind of throw a few others in here. There's one I like with Superman of him kicking. There, this one. Okay, Luthor was speeding on a motorcycle with square wheels with a reducing ray machine to try to defeat the Man of Steel, when suddenly the ground opened up and Superman kicked the witless one onto another planet. I really like that one, kicking the witless one onto another planet. So, it's a fun book for kids, and I think it's fun for adults as well. Okay, next up let me go to some toys. I don't know if you'd call this an action figure or a doll. This is from Mego. He's quite articulate. It's got a lot of joints and removable clothing as well, but you can see the clothing's not in the best of shape. It's ripped right here, and I'm not great at sewing, so I'm not even going to mess with that. Boots also come off. And the color of his skin is a little off too. The head, it's made from different plastic, and it got discolored. Some plastics happen to get discolored. Some fade. Whites often kind of get yellowy. So it's unfortunate. He kind of, to me, looks more like a zombie, in a sense, like a zombie Superman. He also has wrist joints. So this is from, I don't know if you care about all the years, but this one's from 1978. Mego did make a lot of superhero toys for DC and Marvel. Fortunately, his cape's missing as well. It's a really nice looking doll if it was in perfect shape. I don't know if it's influenced at all by the movies. It looks a little, I guess, like Christopher Reeves. Now I have another one that's just hard plastic. Doesn't fit quite in frame really. You can't pose him at all. This is how he is. He's called Energized Superman. It's a line of, there's a few of them. There's a Batman and a Spider-Man as well. They were just called Energized Batman, Energized Spider-Man, and Energized Superman. These are from Remco. And I don't have all the parts. There was another item that came with him. It was a chunk of kryptonite, and it plugs in right here to his belt. Because this is a battery-operated toy. That's why I'm holding it kind of like this. I don't have the backing, so the battery will fall out if I don't keep my hand back there. And he has a switch on the side, so you flip the switch, and I don't know how well it comes across, but his eyes light up. They look yellow, orangey. They're not red like you'd expect. Best guess for that is, I think it's just colored plastic, and I guess if it was red, it would probably look too dark when he was not using it, so his eyes would look funny. It's not a bad sculpt, but it's just you can't pose it at all. So the kryptonite would also light up. That would be green, but I don't know what happened to it. And the cape, it's just plastic. The slit cut in it is how it came. Because there's a extending string here with a hook, so that you put him on like a zip line, so that he could look like he was flying, which is why he's in this pose. So, not a bad display piece. Not a great item to play with though. I did try looking at him in the dark, but the light actually makes other parts of his head glow, so it looks bad in the dark. I tried taking a photo and his head just looked like a big light bulb. Alright, here's another item from Mego. This one's in decent shape except for his thumb. His thumb broke off here. So a large part of the body's die cast. It's metal, but after the joints, the elbow and knee joints, they're plastic, which is why the hand broke easily. That part's not metal. So I don't know why they did that. They didn't make the whole thing that way. It's probably hard, I guess, to make hands maybe. I don't know, but it's too bad the thumb broke off. But he also has ankle joints. So maybe, I can't really even tell if that part's metal, but the feet definitely are plastic as well, like the forearms and the hands. But I think these are plastic too. Because you can tell, even to the touch, the metal is much colder than the plastic. Again, pretty good looking sculpt. The cape is nice, but it is a bit frayed. It is old, of course. This one is from 79, it looks like. They did make, of course, like all these lines, they have multiple superheroes. I used to own an Incredible Hulk. I don't know if I still have it. Just can't find it. Here are some smaller action figures, also from Mego. These, they are based on the Superman movies. You have Lex Luthor, Jor-El, and Zod. They're rather small. The line of toys is called Pocket Heroes, so you can easily fit them in your pocket. They're 3.5 inches tall, and these say 1979 as well. At least that one does. I assume they're all 79. Yeah, it's hard to read them, but so I got two villains. These are the only villains I have for Superman of anything. But I don't have a small Superman to fight them, but Jor-El could. He's Superman's father. Alright, what next? What a show a Wonder Woman item. This is from Avon. Typically a makeup company. And this, when I flip it, you'll see it's a mirror. The front, though, is the better side, because the other side's all yellow. This has all the colors. And the blue is all decorative to put her name on it, because you can tell she's holding the lasso and kind of swirling it, so the yellow outline is the rope. It does have a little kind of marks on it. It's not perfect. So on the back side is the mirror. It says Avon right there. And the year appears to be 1978. Now all these items I've owned for, it's possible my mother got them at a garage sale, but I've owned most of them pretty much since I was the only owner. I got them since they came out. These aren't things I collected more recently. But this item was likely my sister's. I mean, I have Wonder Woman items, of course, but I don't think I would have owned a mirror. My mother used to sell Avon products as well, so might be another reason why we have it. Yeah, here's another Wonder Woman item. This is a record. Plays at 33 1/3 RPM. It's a small record. If you're not familiar with records, full-size albums, they're much bigger. But a lot of kids' records came in this size. I've got Star Wars ones as well. I don't know if I have any other superheroes, but I think this is the only one I have the actual cardboard sleeve for. This is from 1975, and the story is the return of Brunhilde. It's on both sides. And the image is interesting. I don't know if this is something Wonder Woman usually did, but I'm going to show you another item right after this, which has a similar thing where it has her standing on her invisible jet while it's flying, and she's twirling the rope. I don't know. I guess the jet could fly on its own. It just seemed odd you'd get out of it and stand on it, but I guess she's going after this missile. And on the back side, just advertisements for their other records. It's from Power Records, and then some of them are superheroes. They made a bunch of Spider-Man. They also made Planet of the Apes, Frankenstein, Dracula, Werewolf. And there's also Star Trek. There's Spock right here. Alright, I've got some Play School wooden puzzles. We've got one for Superman, one for Wonder Woman. I am missing one piece. It's not a significant piece at least, but still, it's not the complete picture. Superman is complete. And these are from 1976. They're nice images. They're obviously meant for kids. That's why they have these big wooden pieces. So they're easy to put together. Like I said, Wonder Woman, once again, standing on the flying invisible jet. In some more recent, well, not in the movie, but the Justice League cartoon, I believe, has her fly. So she doesn't even use the jet anymore. Well, in some media. It depends what you're watching or reading, but in some cases she can fly. In the background appears to be the island of Themyscira. Of course, Superman's kind of standing over Metropolis. They also have this ship, looks like the ship that brought him to Earth, which I assume is what this green is. It's not, blue like they usually show Earth, but and there's green here. I guess maybe that's supposed to be maybe it's possibly supposed to be Krypton. I'm not entirely sure. But it's a nice looking image. I actually have 2 Batman puzzles as well. I didn't show them in my Batman video if you watched that one. mostly because I'm missing a lot of pieces on the Batman puzzles, so they're largely incomplete. But I still like them. They're nice to look at. Alright, next up, Corgi Vehicles. This is a large one. It's called the Superman. It's got, yeah, it's a big sticker. It's like one big sticker on the side. It says Superman. And I joke about this sometimes. I have all these vehicles. I'll show you a few more, but these heroes, of course, to make die-cast toys, you just gotta make anything, because aside from Batman, most of these characters never used vehicles or don't really have a need to. Of course, Superman can fly. No point in using any vehicle whatsoever. And the back door's open. It's gonna be hard to see in there probably. I was having a hard time getting photographs of this as well. It essentially looks kind of like a mobile recording station, I guess. It's got, like pictures of like tape decks on it and a big monitor. Kind of like a mini bat cave, even a mobile bat cave. Not that Superman would need one, but that's what it looks like. It says Super Zone in there. And maybe Clark Kent could use it, but of course you can see right through the roof, so someone could spy on you pretty easily. It's not a bad looking van, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense for Superman. As neither does this one. This is a flying vehicle, some sort of jet. This, they call it a Supermobile on here. This is from 1979. It does have movable parts. Unfortunately, you can tell it's broken right here, the cover over the cockpit. But if you click back, push back here, these fists up front will pop out as if he's punching something. So I think he probably punches much harder than the vehicle would. And that's him sitting in there, although I mentioned also in the Batman video, which I posted ahead of this one, is these plastic people they stick in the vehicles, they never look very detailed, so they don't look very good. Also related to Superman, but not really for Superman, is the Daily Planet helicopter. And these blades can be folded up. And this twirls back here. I don't know if anyone would be too interested in a Daily Planet helicopter, but I think this was probably influenced by the Superman movie, because there's the iconic scene with the helicopter falling off the Daily Planet, or Lois Lane is hanging for her life and Superman saves her. Alright, here comes another Wonder Woman item. This is a Wonder Woman car. Just a regular car, I guess. I mean, it sort of has a unique design on the back, but it more or less looks like a regular car. This is a Wonder Woman sticker on front with her symbol. And this is I think one of the worst looking plastic people in there. It actually has more of a design in that it's multiple colors, but if you can look at it up close, it looks bad. Alright, I've got one more vehicle, not Superman or Wonder Woman, but just wanted to include it here. And this is Captain Marvel. It says Shazam on the sides of the car. Some lightning bolts up front. This is the coolest looking Corgi car of all the superheroes, I think. Although Shazam, well, he goes by Shazam now, Captain Marvel. He also can fly, so again, would not need a car. And just looks like kind of a regular guy sitting in there. But like I said, nice looking car, and these things sticking up, you can tell they're supposed to look like lightning bolts. Alright, my last two items are keepsake ornaments, which is also how I ended the Batman video. I've got two. This one is designed to look like a lunchbox. The original price was $12.95. So it says it commemorates the first appearance of Superman in DC's Action Comics #1. There's a little mini catalog in here. You can see Hallmark made a few different lunchbox designs, one for Superman, one for Lone Ranger, and one for Howdy Doody, and one for Barbie. Well, the Barbie one's an ornament. I think these are actually full-size lunch boxes. But it's the same design, it looks like, that's on the ornament. This guy's got a lot of protection, tissue paper and plastic inside. So on one side, it's a picture of Superman. On the other side looks like the image on the first appearance in the comic book. And it opens up. Take this plastic out. So you just hang it from up here. And it's got little pictures on the side too. It has a spot. I guess it was a real lunchbox for you to write your name. Alright, the last ornament and item is the best one. And that it's a light in motion magic ornament. So he's in the phone booth. Here, let me move it up a bit there. And this one lights up and he moves. And I will demo that as I have a strand of Christmas lights here. This one's packed in a lot of foam. This one, you can see the price here, $28. And it also has the year written on it back here, 1995. It's got a little weight to it. Probably be a little tough to hang on the tree. Might have to use multiple branches. Alright, nice strand of lights. Alright, he's going to twirl on his own. So on this side, you can see it well. It's Clark Kent pulling open his shirt with the Superman logo visible. It just keeps rotating then in the Superman outfit. I don't know that Superman still does this, but in the old show, he'd run into a phone booth and you know, change outfits, switch from Clark Kent to Superman. And it's lit up here, and there's a light also inside above the character shining down. And that is it. It's a pretty nice ornament. I'll have pictures on the blog of this and all the items and a few other items. I don't know if I'll have too much more beyond these, but I will have some. And the photos of this came out good as well if you want a closer look. So, thanks for watching.